As we gather today here in peace and safety in this quiet chamber, we must remember that there is a city half a world away that is struggling to survive. A city that is fighting for human rights and human liberty, a city that is a solitary pinpoint of light on a continent of authoritarianism, a city called Hong Kong. And the need there is urgent, and the hour there is late, and it is time for America to act. And I know this because I've been there. I've been there myself. I have seen it, Mr. President. I have been to Hong Kong. I have been to the streets of Hong Kong. I have seen the protesters marching in support of, in defense of their basic human rights. I have seen them demonstrating for their basic human liberties. I have seen them confronting the police with their tactics of brutality and oppression. And it makes me think, Mr. President, that sometimes in the course of history, the fate of one city defines the challenge of an entire generation. 50 years ago, that city was Berlin. Today, that city is Hong Kong. The situation there is critical because Hong Kong is sliding towards becoming a police state. Make no doubt, make no mistake, Beijing wants to impose its will on Hong Kong. It wants to silence dissent in Hong Kong. It wants to steamroll Hong Kong, just as it wants to steamroll all of its neighbors in the region, just as it wants to control the region, and just as it wants ultimately to control the entire international system. And we know what's at stake. You know, the people of Hong Kong, they have an expression I found. The protesters say that they're going to be like water. They say, be water. And some have actually referred to this as a water movement. They mean be fluid, be reactive, adjust to the situation. And I just have to say, having been there myself, having been to the streets, having seen the protesters, having met with them and talked with them, their courage and their bravery under pressure is really something to behold. It is an inspiration to me, Mr. President, and I think it should be an inspiration to all of us. And their love of liberty, you never love something more than when it's threatened. Their love of liberty is really extraordinary. I want to share something that the Reverend Chu Yu Ming said about liberty, about democracy. He says it so beautifully. These are his words. We strive for democracy because democracy strives for freedom and equality and universal love. Political freedom is more than loyalty to a state. Political freedom professes human dignity. Every single person living in a community possesses unique potentials and unique powers capable of making a unique contribution to society. That's extraordinary, and he's exactly right, and Hong Kongers know it, and that's what they're standing for, and that's what they're fighting for. And Mr. President, the people of Hong Kong need our support. They deserve our support, and they are depending on our support. And that is why it is time for this body to act. It is time to take up and pass the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act. The time for debate is over. The time for the delay is past. It is time now to stand with the people of Hong Kong and to send a signal to the world that the United States will stand with freedom-loving peoples, that the United States will stand up to Beijing, that the United States will not permit China to dominate its neighbors and its region and the world. And so it is time for this body to act, and to act now. I want to say again, Mr. President, that the situation in Hong Kong is urgent, and the people of Hong Kong are looking to the United States and to other freedom-loving peoples around the world for support and for strength.